Welcome gamers to Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova. This is going to be a look at version 2.4. This is actually the latest of the Insiders build. Now this will eventually become the stable build for the game, but at the moment you can only actually access this particular version if you opt into the Insiders beta inside your Steam library. I've done other videos on how to do that. I won't cover that ground again. Essentially it's just going into your library, going to where you've got the games listed on the side, right-clicking on Galactic Civilizations 4 Supernova, and then just going to Properties, then going across to Betas, and then selecting Insiders from there, and then you will have the Insiders build. And when that all downloads, you will then see version 2.4 sitting in the bottom corner, and that means that you are ready to play all of the changes that have come in this particular version of the game. And this has been really quite a important group of changes. It's sort of funny, in the past changes like 2.2, 2.3, when these have come through, there's been a big long list of actual changes. This one, the list is not that big for the simple reason that the actual scope of what those few changes do is very, very wide reaching and makes the game so much more immersive than what it was a week ago. And so it's only just come out literally in the last day or so, and it's really, really awesome with what's actually in there. So let me go through, and I think the easiest way to do this is to actually just show it. By the way, thank you to Stardock for sponsoring this content. So there's going to be up in the top corner up there, that way, there is going to be a link where you can actually go and grab the game if you want to grab it from Steam, and also in the description there'll be another link down there as well. Anyway, let's get into it. I think the easiest way is to show what it does do. And I was playing with it on my DasTactic live stream, and I just did something just to really quickly sort of show how it sort of works, and it generated like really, really interesting stuff with very random input. And I'm going to do the same thing here. The idea I've got, I'll just go through the scope of what we're going to be playing. This is actually what I generated, like, when was it, yesterday? The Sun-Soaked Savages, and this was just, I think I had beer and chips was the words I put into it as just a random couple of words. But let's go in, I'll show you what it actually does now work. There's a lot of things that have changed just in the user interface, user experience, those sorts of things have changed a lot. I can show you how these sort of then work. Now, when you first come in to create your civilization, you'll notice that if you've been used to playing it before, the citizen screen was actually that was deeper into the actual into the steps that you would then sort of go and do back and through here. But in this case, it's now been brought to the front because all of the generation now includes the citizens. Now, it sounds like that's absolutely awesome, and it is awesome, but it's not absolutely awesome yet because I think there's still a bit more work that has to be done with this. So this is a step one of what I think will be a few different steps to ultimately make it so immersive. It's a really, really good, important step. So I can see it would have taken a lot of work to actually get what they've already got in here. But yeah, it just enhances the game a lot more than what it was. Very, very personalized with the way it does actually sort of then go and work. So my idea for this series, and I'm probably going to be doing a lot of it as a live streams, just so I can sort of get like a lot of content put together in so I can spend a bit of time with the actual game rather than trying to sort of squeeze things into half-hour videos. So my idea is to actually go through and grab one of each of the different biologies in the actual game, and then actually have these be the like the game that we play. But we're going to generate one of each of these. I don't know which one I'll play as. I'm sort of tempted to keep on playing as carbon-based, but I'm just not sure. I think we'll start at the bottom and work our way back up. So anyway, one thing you will notice is that the tooltips are different than what they've ever been before. If we go down to, for example, to which one's a big one? Synthetic. This one here is monstrously big. So this is the robots. Now, in the past, we didn't have anywhere near this sort of information, and this has been going all the way through the game. There's a lot of this. If I press shift, I can then move across onto this one and scroll through all of the changes. So if you're wanting to know what happens with synthetic life forms, these are all the changes. They've got different sorts of allowances that they end up having. They have different blockages as well, like the planetology tech is not required. There's no research. Anything to do with life is basically stopped because they don't need it. And so in this case, these do actually you know, they do allow this particular faction to play with exactly what they do need. Now, one of the things with this, I should just preface this and say, this is, as I said before, a beta version. This is an insider's build. I have been told by Stardock that there will be monsters in this where certain things may not work 100%. So, and I'm guessing that it may be things like the synthetic citizens may not be 100%. Anyway, let's just go across. Let's start with ammonia based. And I'll call this one, what should we call it? I should just point out what's ammonia based. Ammonia life forms thrive on volatile gases and complex nitrogen compounds. While they do consume food, their growth rate significantly accelerates in environments rich in pollutants. So this is sort of like almost the opposite of the carbon based. And so the ammonia based do like poisonous areas. So let's just call it swamp poison. Now, that's all we need to do now. What we previously had to do was, look, I used to write like a fairly complex, you know, like for something I would write in ChatGPT, for example, I would write in there and allow that to become the prompts of what we were doing, because I'm used to doing that with ChatGPT. But this doesn't require much. In fact, it's really quite fun just to put in random words and see what it does. The only thing you have to do is put in some seed words in here, select your biology, and nothing else. All of these new things now change. This didn't change previously. So totalitarianism, spiritual and greedy as a personality, if the AI is playing it. These things were changed previously. The citizens weren't changed. Watch what happens now when I click on generate. So it's now going to generate the group. Okay, so deadly mire, unyielding power. So in the dark swamps of a distant planet, the venomous dominion reign over a toxic grip, their very presence suffused with the acrid strength of ammonia. Their unrelenting determination to conquer and subjugate knows no bounds as they seek to poison the galaxy with their genocidal ambitions. Under the totalitarian rule of their venomous overlords, they spread like a creeping vine, entwining all in their path with a deadly embrace that leaves only desolation in its wake. So this is generated a very, very evil empire. So we're just going to click on done, and we'll just go and look for the different images, and we'll just wait for this one to come up. This one here looks pretty cool. That one as well looks pretty good as well, and even that one there. We might go this way here. Just click on done. That will then replace the images back over through here. All right, so this is going to be, this is a group called the Venomous Dominion. The civilization short name is the Toxic Empire. And the Venomous Dominion seeks proclamation of self-proclaimed as swamp poison, seeks dominion. Yeah, so it's just got that sort of civilization description in through there, just using our generated text. It doesn't often do that, I don't think. Anyway, that's essentially where we are. So this is Zarathul the Vile. I really like the theming that they've actually put into the AI-generated text is really, really astoundingly good. The Toxoliths is the actual name of the citizens. The citizens of the Venomous Dominion are amphibious humanoids with toxic skin secretions and a relentless drive for conquest. Their society is built on a foundation of ruthless totalitarianism. It did flicker. I don't know if it changed from that one before, but they've actually now done merciless and expansionist. So it's sort of, when it started to generate, it actually now has figured out what it wants to have as its personality. Seeking to dominate all they encounter through genocidal campaigns and the use of deadly ammonia-based weaponry. So that's the actual citizens themselves. Now, what we can do with this is also go through. I'll show you the changes that have happened in here. The reason I didn't want to go and show you the citizens first, if you select the citizens before you do the generation, it doesn't change the citizens. It keeps whatever you select as if that's what you wanted. But if you let it generate and then go and change the portraits, you can then go and get the portraits. Now, there are a group of new portraits that have come into the game itself. So the way that citizens work, and the reason that this is not generated as such, and maybe one day it will, I don't know, but these essentially are collections of different portraits used for the citizens. And so we've got like the different portrait collections. And so in this case, for example, it's chosen lizard people. And so in this case, these are essentially going to be, there's going to be a range of different type of lizard people in this particular kit. If we have a look at some of the others, is there anything else that's similar to what we have? The new ones really sort of start from here. We've got the feline fatales, the cyborgs, space demons, space dwarves, space elves, star frogs, the humanoids back in through there, the lizards, and then we've got sentient plants, and then vampiric in through there. Maybe vampiric will actually sort of be maybe the one that we go with. I think that sort of does sound good in terms of the visuals, and that's all we're selecting at this point in time. It doesn't change anything other than the visuals when we come back in and choose the actual group. So if I go and choose that one and just click on done, it still keeps toxoliths back in through here, with this as the actual going to be the series of portraits that they're going to have for this particular group. So Zarathil the Vile, that's pretty cool. Now, the one thing that we do have to then manually change is the next 2 pages. And so we're just going to go back through the abilities. And so in this case, we've got Explorers, Brutal. This is, they're gentle. We don't want to have that. We want to go back the other way. So I'm just going to go and deselect that one. I will actually go with Brutal +1. We've got trait points -1. Intimidating is okay. Fast we'll get rid of. Okay, we've got one more trait point we can make use of. Militant maybe. So we can sort of just add one into there. That gives me 0 points. So you do need to sort of mix this, like just go back to your biology, have a bit of a look for it, and just try to make it thematically the bonuses that they then do actually have. The ships as well, all of these different sorts of things. This is the civilization abilities. So unrelenting and genocidal. Well, this I think is generated. I think that these are actually generated in that collection. We'll have a look at the next one when we generate it. This is a tropical world. I think we can go to barren. Maybe tropical still would be okay. Yeah, tropical would be okay. We'll just go that way. Murkwater Prime is going to be the world name. Yeah, so it is changing certain things in through here. Now, the special ships that we end up having, we can just go back into, which one should we do it? Aggressive warships or something like that, maybe, if you know, based on what we're sort of getting there. The interface theme will be Zoloxy. The map theme, Teal, I'm happy with that, based on what we've got. The Your theme for the music is actually okay. In terms of the fleets, this is sort of like the actual visuals as to how they sort of then do work. The ship colours, they've got Terran. I'll get Zoloxy then through there again as well. Where is Zoloxy? There it is. So just go, actually, I pretty want to go more green actually. Babylon. That sort of makes sense, I think. And I won't bother changing these other steps at this point in time. I'll just sort of leave them where they are. Right, that'll do us for the actual what we have. So we've got the if we have a look, for example, at the we're using the different sorts of ship types in through there again as well anyway, so that's all going to be fine. In fact, this is the Iridium ship styles. What else have we got through here? Altarians. No, I think I'll keep the Iridians or the Kryn. Yeah, that might be fairly sort of clean. I won't record all of this sort of stuff. Contaminant. Yeah, that's more like it. That is actually an ammonia-based sort of ship. So we'll just go with that one there. That'll be fine. So that's pretty cool. All right, that's good. So this will be the difference. So if we have a look at that, for example, if we go down to the battleships. And have a bit of a look at these. So this will be like what we see with a battleship when it loads in. So that's a battleship for one of these guys. God, it's such a cool game. It really is. Now, Nothnya's Illness, this is the class name. I think that this I don't know if this is actually stock standard or whether that's actually also generated. I know a lot of stuff is generated now with the randomization. So let's just go across and save our civilization in through here. We've done pretty much everything we need to do. Abilities, got all those sorts of ships, biology, yep, everything is good. So save the civilization. So that is our ammonia based. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, that looks bloody good. All right, next time. Now, there is a limit of what you can do through here. So the next one we're going to go and do is going to be synthetic. So these are going to be robots. Now, this is one that I'm not sure if how the citizens will then be generated with this particular one. So what should we call this one? Tin canned tuna. Why not? It doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we do. It's pretty cool the way it does actually sort of then go and work. Let's just go and generate, see what we end up with. The Tin Stellar Union. There we go. The Tin Union is a short name. So it's generating. So unyielding unity, unbreakable resolve. In the vast expanse of the galaxy, the Tin Stellar Union stands as a formidable force. The metallic shells glittering in the cold light of distant stars. They are not bound by flesh and blood, but by the intricate circuitry and synthetic intelligence that courses through their cybernetic bodies. Despite their mechanical nature, there is an undeniable empathy that drives them, a quality that sets them apart from other factions in this cosmic game of dominance and survival. There we go. Their technology is advanced, so this is pretty cool. We'll just click on done. You're getting the idea anyway. Find more images. Now, these are totalitarian, which is interesting, and they are merciless as well. So, in terms of robots, I think we'll maybe go with this ant type creature, I think. Let's just go with that one there. Click on done. So the Syntharians is actually what we've got through here. The citizens of the Tin Stellar Union are beings of cold logic and efficient cooperation. Their cybernetic enhancements allowing them to seamlessly integrate integration with technology. Despite their synthetic nature, they possess a surprising depth of empathy, using it to understand and manipulate the emotions of organic species to further their own agenda in the galactic power struggle. And so, interesting with what they actually have through here. Let's just go and pick something that, again, looks more suitable. This is good. They have taken the yaw as their as the actual racial look for what they actually have. But again, we can just go back in. There is actually cyborgs. So let's go and grab the cyborgs in this case as the group that we're going to then use for this one. So that'll be the Syntharians. That'll be the look of them. So merciless and expansionist. We'll just go across into abilities. Miners, yeah, we could do that one, I'm guessing. Intimidating, maybe just move that one back a little bit. That gives us one more that we can then go and use, and maybe make them a little bit fast, give them a little bit of technological advance. Now, Promethean ships are probably not the best thing for these. In one sense, what else do we have? We've got Promethean. Let's just go with science ships for these guys. We'll go with that one. Paradise World doesn't need to be, actually, in this case. We could make it mountainous or desert, whatever we want, because the Paradise World is a bit wasted on these sorts of units. We can go volcanic. Let's make it a volcanic world. So that'll give them good production. And Tanaris Prime is the name of it. And the star system. Actually, I should have selected this with the other one as well. I can just go back and change it. So if I go back to the yaw, where is it? I'm not sure where it actually is. Yeah, it's Phalanoids. Yeah, that one there, class 29 barren world. I'll just click on done with that one through there. But volcanic, we'll just keep the volcanic as what we actually end up having in through that particular side. Again, we can sort of adapt with these fairly well. Map theme, we'll go with something a bit more, a bit lighter. If we ever play it, we'll just go it that way. We've got the Drath, that'll be okay. The fleets, now this is empathy, so it is empathic with cybernetic. So these are pretty sure, we'll still have to test that one and just see what actually does happen through here. And so these are using Terran Alliance ship styles. Yeah, look, I'm happy enough with that. I think I'm just going to leave it there. So we'll just go and save this civilization as well. Okay, so this is these guys. So we're ready to go. Next one. Oh, that's interesting with the background there through there. Now, the next one we're going to go and choose is going to be silicon-based, so rock-based. Let's go, just some random words. Rock and roll, baby. There we go. Now, let's have a quick look at the abilities before we do this. So we've got War Profiteers and Empathy. I don't know if it'll stick with that. These are sort of randomly generated when we first open these things up. I'll see if it stays there. I'm not sure if that gets changed as well. So silicon-based, generate. Cosmic Rebels, there we go. So in the far reaches of the galaxy, a faction known as the Cosmic Rebels emerges from the shadows. Their presence like a thunderous chord reverberating throughout the cosmos. They're a collective of beings formed from silicon and forged in the fires of Promethean. Their bodies infused with the power of the stars. Their rebellious spirit fuels their relentless pursuit of dominion over the universe, drawing strength from the warrior's ethos and unyielding determination. Their battle cries echo through the void, a sympathy of defiance against the established order as they seek to carve out their own destiny amongst the stars, united in their pursuit of cosmic supremacy. The Cosmic Rebels stand as a formidable force, challenging all who dare to oppose them. In the grand tapestry of galactic conflict, the Cosmic Rebels have taken centre stage, their legacy etched into the annals of history as they strive to shape the future of the cosmos, the fate of the cosmos. Isn't that pretty cool? Like, just from those random words, it's generating some really, really nice immersive aspects into here. We're just now looking for the leader. This is the Prometheans. Now, again, I'm probably thinking of something. Well, we need something more rock-like, to be honest. There's nothing really there. Might just generate more images. See what else we get. Yeah, it's not really doing a good job of this one, is it? That's probably the closest. Let's go that way. So the Cosmic Rebels are a silicon-based species known for their fierce warrior nature and their innate connection to Promethean, giving them an edge in technological advancement. Now, did they change their abilities? Yeah, they did. Promethean-born and warriors. Okay, this is cool. I really like what is happening in through here. This doesn't change, so we have to go back and fix that one up. But let's just go back from in here. So the silicon-based species, let's just go back across and choose the Luxar, which is a silicon-based unit. So we'll just go and click on Done. That just changes the actual racial features of the particular group. This is collectivism, so they sort of work together. Merciless and expansionist. Cosmic Rebels. Let's go and change the logo as well. It's even things like Riff Star Shredder. Like they're just using words like from the rock and roll. Riff and shredder, things like that. They've taken the vernacular and combined it. And you'll notice that when we get playing, when we do come up against the citizens, they're all going to be themed beautifully, like because it generates like a whole class of first and last names as combinations for the actual citizens as well. It does a lot of work under the hood with what it actually does do through here. So that's all okay. We've got the abilities back and through here. We'll go with intimidating. I'll go yes there. I'll go fast. We don't need farmers. I'll go productive. I don't want everyone to be super aggressive. Promethean Prime, we'll go with Promethean ships as well. So we'll go with these, so the rock ships. The star system, we'll go with the Onyx system, which is also like that's sort of thematic. So we'll just go and click on Done, and we'll just go and choose a mountainous world in through here as well. So Onyx Prime is actually what it has selected there. I should have checked to see what it was there previously. I should just leave it with whatever this bottom bit is and just go with whatever I need in through here. So what do we got? This one, this is, what is the group called again? The Stellar, the Promethean. Promoth Prime, there we go, that'll do. And then the fleets. And they're using Arcean. I think we will go back to Onyx hive ships. So we'll just go back into the Onyx sort of style. The colours, yeah, we've got steel. maybe go the onyx colours in through there as well. This one gives us then rocks like asteroids and things as part of the ship, which I think will be fine. So again, God, there's a lot to like about this game. You know, like it really has. It's coming, or not just has, but it's coming along in leaps and bounds. Can't wait for the next Warlords update. Really looking forward to that one. Let's save this one as well. All right, let's keep on going. I'm so impressed with the with how much has changed with this update to the Alien GPT system. You know, it's more than what I thought it was going to be. So let's go. We've only got 2 more to do. We've got Aquatic, so we'll do that one now. I'll just put in bursting bubbles of fun. Again, I'm not going to bother looking at anything else at this point in time, so we'll just go and generate. So we only have to do this, some words in there, and away we go. Okay, it says, embrace the joyful expansion. In the vast expanse of the galaxy, the Bubbleverse collective emerges as a force to be reckoned with. Their aquatic origins belie their starfaring ambitions as they traverse the cosmos in search of new worlds and untold treasures. United in the spirits of collectivism, they bring a unique blend of curiosity and camaraderie to an ongoing struggle for dominance amongst the stars. So there we go. So these are now going to be aquatics. Just click on done. We'll go and search for more of these. These are also merciless expansionists, which is interesting. Yeah, these sort of work, don't they? These guys in through here, that will do. Click on done. Yeah, beautiful. That looks great. Okay, so we then just go and do. We don't need wings on this. We need something else. That's the logo. We'll just go back into the citizens, and again, it's only the graphic that's always changing. So I think that this one here will look good. Just click on done. It still keeps the Aquarian is the actual name of everything. So the Bubbleverse collective of joyful and curious species of aquatic nature. So if we go across to their abilities, we'll then sort of see that these are starfaring voyages. In that case, we will change it to fast. I'm not overthinking this one too much. I'll get rid of those, and I might go with farmers, and I might make them very fast. There we go. That gets rid of all of their points. So this is Babylon Prime, Paradise World. That'll do. I can change the actual world type. I think we can make that into an aquatic world. Oceanic. There we go. So we'll just make it into an oceanic world. And we've got the Kryn colours. Let's go and change it to more of a blue colour. So we'll go Luxar. We've got the Kryn back and through here. Change that one to maybe Iconian. In fact, maybe we go Iconian back and through here as well. Just to make it so that it's a bit yeah, music with the Scurv theme. Yep, that'll be okay. World supporting ships. I'm happy enough with that based on what we've actually then gone and done. So we'll just go. It's great that they've actually randomized all this for stuff. It's very, very cool. Now this is Luxar, which we don't want. So I think we'll go back to the Phalanoid. What's that one? That's actually we've already got those with the other one, haven't we? We've already selected that one. Elysian Vanguard, seeing ship style. Yeah, that's probably going to be working fairly well with what we have with the bubble type look. That one does actually give us a bubble look to the actual ships themselves. It's just not so. Oh, there we go. We can now sort of rotate around a little bit. That'll do. So we'll just go with that one through there. Shadow will be fine. I'm happy enough with that one through there. So we'll select that one. Save the civilization. So there's the Bubbleverse Collective. Now we can always go back and edit these. This is another thing that changed a little while back. We can actually go back in and sort of tweak things and then reset, save over the top. Just need one more. That's all we need. So we'll just go back into carbon based this time. We will go and just put a brief description. This is what we get with stuttering scurvy merchants, and see what we end up with in that one through there. So carbon based is the one that we're going with in this case. This is one we'll play because I think it'll be the safest one to sort of show off at this stage. Although we probably really should be a little bit risky, shouldn't we? So it's making all the little changes as it goes through. This is an aggressive trader. Stuttering stars, swift deals. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, amidst the twinkling stars and swirling nebulas, there exists a faction known as the Stellar Traders Collective. With their stuttering communication systems and scurvy appearance, they roam the galaxy like opportunistic merchants, seeking to profit from every corner of space. Their dealings are shrouded in secrecy, and their connections to the underworld are as deep as the darkest voids between the stars. In this galactic game of power and domination, the Collective is a force to be reckoned with, employing cunning strategies and ruthless tactics to expand their influence across the cosmos. So we live in the shadows with this one through here. So this is pretty cool. So yeah, an intricate network of underground connections, etc., etc. Just go and click on done. So we'll go and have a look at the new leaders, the different sorts of groups that do come back and through this other side. Might go with another group. That one's not terrible. Even that one looks like okay. Let's just go with more images. I'm thinking we can go with the, I think it's the Zoloxy, that sort of like the greenish faction. We could actually choose her and go with that, just for the theme of it. So, look at the whale. So I think we'll grab her as the one that we're going to go with. This one here also looks pretty good. Actually, I might even go with him. So let's just go and click on done. Captain Vex Thorn is going to be the this particular character. So that's him in through there. And the citizens. Now we can just, again, choose something like the Zoloxy, which would sort of make more sense with what we're doing. But we can go in with other ones as well. Like we've got space demons, we've got space dwarves, even something like space elves, graceful and in tune with nature. That could be interesting just from a visual, or even the humanoids. These are sort of going to be more scruffy than the human species. I love that they've put all this in here for us. Let's go this way. This is going to look like a bit of a ragtag band of humanoids. There we go, scavengers. So the actual citizens are called scavengers. The Stellar Trades Collective are a cunning and resourceful group of carbon-based beings known for their shrewd business acumen and cutthroat tactics. As crime lords and traders, they navigate the galaxy in a stuttering swagger, always seeking to expand their influence and wealth through any means necessary. So that is where we are, aggressive traders, collectivism, so they do it all for the group. Carbon-based, we go to abilities. So militant, explorers, miners is okay. What else do we have? Persuasive. You know, I think I wouldn't mind getting that more than explorers. I'm just going for the gameplay options at this stage. Militant. Should we go that way? Influential. Deceptive would be another good one, maybe more so than militant. Let's go that side. That way we're playing much more diplomatically. Now we've got legendary ships. I think I'll just keep them. That'll be okay. The map theme, we'll just go with something a little bit more. Let's go with Onyx. The interface theme, we'll also go with Onyx. Oops, that's Festron. This changes the overall look of the user interface, which is really quite nice. The Scurvian Prime Terrestrial World, that sounds good. Ranagoth is the actual star system that it's been based on. Just go back into fleets, and we'll change from the seeing style through to which one should we grab? Maybe the Zoloxy style. Again, that will sort of feel more piratey, just with what we're sort of going to be doing. Then we've just got the different sorts of ship types. Let's go Onyx again, just to get that sort of like that darkish sort of tone to it. So a bit more of a piratey sort of feel. Now, do I go and change the logo? What should we grab? Maybe this one here. There we go. That'll be good. Isn't it cool what they've actually done with this? It's so much more. It makes so much more sense than what it did before. I think I've done everything I need to do through here. This all looks very, very good. Of course, you can download things from online and so on and so forth as well. So we'll save the civilization. So this one here is the Stellar Traders Collective. Scavengers is going to be the name of it. and we'll play as this particular faction with what we then set up. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is actually doing the setup for the game that we're going to be playing, and I will be live streaming most of the actual game itself in a series of different live streams. So, so join me if you can for those, and if you've got any questions, we can then sort of delve deeper into what the game actually does have. So here we are. This is the Stellar Traders Collective. That's all very, very cool. And if we now just go next, we can then start to generate the actual system itself. Right, so we'll just go next. And now the galaxy size, this is almost like, this should be probably called the sector size more than the galaxy size. I will play on very, very small because we really only want to be playing like with 5 players in this particular thing. Number of sectors, I think I might make it binary. I'll go tiny binary, we'll just go that way. Star frequency occasional, habitable planets common, and then occasional for resources. That will be fine, I think. Extreme planets common, yeah. Maybe just make it occasional. Actually, no, I'll make it occasionally for the extreme planets. Difficulty level will be bright. Game pacing will be normal. Research rate will be slow. Minor races occasional. Hostile entities occasional. And civilization proximity. We want them to start away from each other, so we'll go distant in through there. We'll just go next. We do have advanced settings as well. This is so cool. The scope of what you can build in this is incredible. Like, the amount that you can actually then go and do. Let's go to next. Now we can have actually, it's only 2 to 4 players. In that case, what we're going to do is just going to make it a little bit bigger. Go to small with a binary system. Just go next. I want to have between like more than what the 4 players were. I want a few left over. It does actually help. And so we're just going to go across. We're going to go and change these essentially. Just ditch those, and we'll put in our new factions that we've just created, which will be down the bottom here. I think, there we go, we've got those. We have those. That was the Venomous Dominion, the Cosmic Rebels. We had these as well, the Tin Stellar Union. There's us, of course. There's one more. What was that one? The Aquatics. This one here. Okay, and that's it. That's basically all of the generated, the AI generated game. That's pretty cool. I really, really like it. So that's going to be 4 plus ourselves. So we'll start the game and see where we end up. Now, sometimes what I like to do is actually use a cheat just to have a quick look to see if this setup is going to work for us. And if it is, I'll then regenerate. Maybe I should show that, just so you can sort of see what it actually is. I've shown you this. This is such a great cutscene, but unfortunately we're out of time, so I'm going to have to just let go of that one through there. So Stuttering Stars, Swift Deals, so yeah, there we go. That's got everything we just generated before. And what you'll find through here, these are the actual groups that we actually have that are now coming through the scout. I guess they're not really all that unusual. I probably should have played one of the other factions, but anyway, it is what it is. Let's go and see if this system or this setup is going to work for us. Now, if we go to, if we just go across, hang on, before we do that one, I do want to show you the citizens. Just go back into the actual planet itself. And these will be named thematically. So if we go and have a look at this one here, for example, okay, and where are we? Just get rid of that one and hover over them. This is Vexia Rolkar. This is Kryn Torvax. This isn't so funny, but some of these can be quite funny. Nexor Zelthar. Yeah, we're not seeing sort of like names that sort of make that much difference. But when we go to the more themed version, in fact, what I should actually do is just show you what they're like. I'm itching to play as this faction, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. So we're not getting sort of funny names, but I did generate one group. In fact, what I might do is I'll check and see if this start is going to be ideal for us, and if it is, then I'll come back and generate. But I will show you one that I generated, which was that beer and chips start, and show you what sort of names they come up with, which is really, really funny. So to see if the setup's going to work for us, this is the stars that have been created in the sector that we're in. This is the sector that we're actually in through here. If you press the tilde key, which is like the curly hyphen, which is just above your tab key, I've just opened it before. If you type in help, You then can get all the different commands if you're wanting to sort of see what the different commands are you have available. This is a cheat system. You do have to turn this on, by the way. The game does tell you how to do that. I think you do it in the Steam area just to make sure that you can actually accept cheats. And we want FOW, so fog of war, no contact. Otherwise, it will then make contact with everyone as the fog of war comes off, which is a bit overwhelming. So we're just going to go and press enter. And so now we have complete fog of war off, which then allows us to then have a bit of a look to see what's actually happened in the different systems. So we've got like a smallish group in through there. Which group is that one? Murkwater Prime. I don't remember that having that faction. I mustn't have changed that one across. Tanaris Prime back over through there. Promethean Prime back in through there. So that's actually where they are. Lots of Promethean, lots of stuff going on around these as well. Sorry, that's antimatter. So that looks interesting. This happens to be a lot of antimatter. There's a lot of Promethean back in through this particular system, a bit of Durantium. This one over through here is Babylon Prime. We've got some independents back in through here. I like the look of it. I like how far away we are from everyone. So I think based on that, we've got some pirates that have started back over through here. Some monsters that have started over this other side. So this to me actually does look good. So let me go back and generate using one of the other ones, and I'll show you how funny some of the themed citizens can be with this new update. So I'll just go to new game, and I'll choose the frog one. Now this is the one that I used. Beer and Chips was the name that I had. I made them aquatic as well. This is the Sud-Soaked Savages. So we'll just go next, and just leave all this where it is. Keep those where they are at this stage. Just wanted to show you the citizens. Can't help myself. I thought that there may be some funny-ish ones with the other ones, but I guess it's not really a funny faction that we ended up generating. Let's press escape. So this is called Foamtopia. Remember, this is Beer and Chips. This is the theme of the group. So Foamtopia is the name of the actual planet itself. So we'll just go and double click and have a look and see what their citizens are called. So this first one is Gurgly Bubbles. We've got Sudsio Pint. We've got Fitzbert McSuds. We've got Hops McGurgle. And we've got Lager von Bubbles. And so these are all randomly generated names as well that go with the theme that we generated. I was so blown away when I saw it. I couldn't stop laughing because it's just so brilliant. I actually feel like doing that with all the ones that we generated. This is Murkwater Prime. I'll just have a quick look at some of these. So go into the citizens in through here. Remember, these are the vampiric ones. So Silthara Nethrax, so is vampiric. Dravax Xenoth is vampiric as well. Actually, it's funny that they have inherited the vampiric aspect of what we actually had through that other side. It's not actually the group that we thought we had. That's interesting. So it's not actually working the way I thought it would have with the vampiric back in through there. But anyway, it's still got the names that you would expect to sort of see back in through those. I might change that theme in through there. Yeah, I've just changed it to this logo, which I think is more thematic with what we're actually doing. The Toxiliths is what it should have come up with rather than vampiric, I think. I think that's what it should have been. But so I'm not sure if that's, again, I was told that there's still a lot of work that will be done on this. We're just looking at really like the first iteration of what's coming out. So it may be overriding some things that we don't want it to override when we do go and select the citizens. Again, these are the vampiric faction that we chose just for the visuals, but I was hoping that it would still keep the name of the actual group itself, the Toxiliths. It's certainly the naming is coming, I think, from the random generation, just based on what we saw with that other one as well, with the Suds. Anyway, we'll just go and save that civilization. I'll just go and grab more. Yeah, so the Babylon ones are sort of named again. So Nebula, Zenith. So this is in Turii. So it's not actually keeping the name of the faction, unfortunately. So I'm sort of hoping that will happen at some point. Anyway, Galaxia, Triton, Ocean Rider. So I'm not sure what changes. It'd be cool to actually test that at some point and see what actually does happen. I might do that and then just report on that, because I do want to give accurate information as to what's actually going on. We may generate another one and just see what happens if we then go back in and re-edit it. I thought it was only the visuals that are changing. Oh, this is new as well, by the way, transport. You can then go and transport between your systems. So it's a very simple system now to sort of move citizens out and across to other core worlds. So you can sort of then go and decide who gets to move where. So if you need, for example, scientists on a particular world, you can then start to manipulate exactly what happens. They will be attacked. It does generate an actual transport for them to be transported around. So just be aware of that one. But it is a very, very cool system. Just very quickly generated one. The Avian Vanguard Union is a citizen. So let's just have a look and see what happens when we do choose them as our faction. I'll just go back and replace this one with one of the other ones that we actually had. Who did we missing? We're missing the bubbles. Okay, we'll start the game and just see what we generate. So this is, I haven't tested this. I'm just going to test it now and see what we actually generate. We might as well experiment and see what we have. Again, I am impressed with what's actually happening here. So this is Erion Prime. I really love the naming of everything that they've actually done. So if we go back and have a look at these guys in through here. So these are avian. Okay, it has actually chosen the avian race. It hasn't used the name, so it doesn't really matter that much. Now if we have a look at this one through here, we've got what are we getting there? We're getting 365. Yeah, there's not really much difference that we're sort of seeing through there. I don't think we're going to see any real difference with this. So Zephyr, Starshard. Yep, Nova, Sunfeather. I think that like these, I sort of put in. So I think the words I used was something like test pilots with wings. Was actually what I ended up using in through this other side, Lunar Night Glade. So these are the actual avian group that we actually have in through there. So I didn't change that. I don't know if we're going to see any other changes. Like I guess the one thing we can do is to have a look at we've got food consumption +1 plus. The food consumption should be +1 all the way through. Let's just change it to one of the robot factions and just see what happens to the food consumption. So if we just go and click on done and escape and back to main menu, abandon save progress, yes, and new game. So with this one selected, we're just going to go back and edit this one again, and I will just go, so these are the aviatrix, whereas the citizen it was called was the actual avian. So it was using the name, not the actual name that was generated. So it would be cool if it did actually use the generated name. But if we go back and choose, for example, the yaw, and just click on done, it's still the aviatrix, but with the yaw civilians. Now, if it still is eating food, that means that it is keeping the detail, and it's only just changing the portraits, which is what I'm sort of hoping will actually happen. So we'll just save that civilization back over the top, go back in, start again, and get going again. I love the possibilities in this game. Like just, the starts can be so wildly different. It's very, very, very replayable. Let's go back and have another look inside. So now we have your type creatures, and oh, that's interesting. So now we aren't using synthetic species. So it is actually using the synthetics. Okay, well, that's actually that's not what I thought it was doing, and we may have screwed up already based on that. I'm thinking we may have screwed up. I think it must be picking what it thinks. I think we're still going to be okay, but this is because we have chosen things within theme. But the talents, it is using the yaw as its base. Interesting. Okay, so it's not. It's got the description is back up like with the citizens. But it's not actually it's not there yet. It's not all there yet. So it's interesting to sort of see that one. So at least we now know. I'll change it back to avian. I think that's more applicable in this case. So I'll just save it back to the avian faction again. Save the civilization. That'll do. I mean, that will then take us back there. But I still think there's portions of it that are named. Certainly, the names of the citizens are named. But as I was told by Stardock, they did sort of say that there's it's a step along the way. It's not the final step, but it's very, very exciting seeing what they've actually gone and done. All right, let's get our actual game started so we can sort of see what's what. And I like the setup. I like everything we've actually got. So we'll just go and pick our Stellar Traders Collective again with our citizens. I could change those. Do I want to change them to something a bit more unusual? No, I think we'll still stick with these Renegades. That will be fine. So just go next. And that looked pretty good with what we had. These are all the factions we just created before. We'll start our game. And I'll just get started, and then we'll call this episode to a close. And I may do one more just where I sort of set things up. I'll have to think about the best way of doing it. I'll probably do them as live streams after this. So I should be live streaming every few days, just to continue on the series. For a few sessions, so for about a week, and then we'll sort of see where we end up at, after that particular period. And so we're here. We're basically we've got Scurvy and Prime back in through this other system, and we're on the edge of the galaxy. There's not a hell of a lot of stars in this system, but that's actually all okay. So I think we'll leave it here, guys, and then we'll come back and start playing in this particular system as a live stream. So please join me there if you're wanting to sort of get any. I'll try to keep people informed on my Discord server when I'm going to actually do it. I'll try to give a little bit of notice. I can't plan things exactly at the moment, but I'll do the best that I can. I'll probably be sort of more streaming at a time that's suitable for the US. So I'll probably even release this at around about the sort of time that I would be starting typically a live stream, which is for Australia it will be sort of like early-ish in the morning. For Europe it'll be sort of like a late evening, and for the USA it'll be sort of like a afternoon, I would guess, would be the way we'd sort of then go and look at that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you for the live streams.